I'm Victoria. Today I'm going to be scrap lifting a layout that Paige Evans posted on her Facebook group this morning. So she showed using washi tape to create a layout, because she mentioned that she doesn't use a lot of washi tape, and so that layout was, I guess, primarily focusing on that. And she did it in under 30 minutes. I'm gonna try to do it in under 15 minutes because she already did all the legwork for me, and I think that since the idea is done, my supplies are here, I think I can get it done pretty quickly. So I have my iPad because I film on my phone. So I have this sitting here so I can prop it up and review her layout if I need to for inspiration. But she has 2 photos. I have one, so I might do another or like a larger journaling card. We'll see. So I am going to go ahead and put a timer on for 15 minutes, go. All right, and then I'm gonna pull up that Paige Evans layout again, and I'm gonna set this over on my wall. All right, so I'm gonna use main character energy because I love it, and I could dog hair, and I'm sorry, you're gonna see dog hair, I can't control that. And then my desk does have not glimmer mist, oh my gosh, distress spritz on it. So it looks like she just used 1 pack of washi, some kind of paper to do matting, and then like a die cut pack and a puffy sticker pack, and then I'm also gonna add some enamel dots. So my one photo here, this is kind of a right now page, so that's where I'm gonna get started. And then this paper is so funny. I found a pack of this paper. It has bobby pins on one side and just a pink stripe on the pinky purple stripe on the other side. A pack of 25 of this for $1 at my thrift store here in Utah. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this, and then I just put a fresh blade in. So I'm hoping this is gonna be really sharp. My blade was absolutely destroyed from 49 in Market Papers. Why does that always feel like it's a little bit off? I don't know. There we go, that feels more centered. Gosh, I'm not gonna be able to do the challenge if I can't even cut a piece of paper, my goodness. Okay, just cut it, Victoria. There we go, it's done. It's not perfect, but there we go. And then I'm gonna ink the edges with brown, I think. Let's see, timer wise, we're already 3 minutes in. Okay, let's cut that super quick. Okay, let me clean that up, and I don't have my scissors, my big scissors. I just have these little bee cutters. And then I'm just gonna make sure this line is really straight as it can be. All right, that is it. It is not even, but that's okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on washi. This is how it is in the package. So I'm assuming this would be a good layout, although I don't, this is brand new, clearly. Or, oh, sides. Okay. Come on. And hopefully this washi is nice and sticky. So I'm gonna set it out like this. And I think I'm just gonna go in the order it was put in the package. I might swap these 2. All right, and so we'll just get started here. So what you do, or what it appears you do, is just grab your washi, there we go, and I'm gonna tear the little end off. Well, this washi's pretty sticky, and then I'm going to place it here, and then I'm gonna get it as straight as I can and tear it there. Okay, next color, check on time. We have 8 minutes. I don't think that's gonna happen. So I decided to go ahead and speed up this part of the video since it's just pretty repetitive, and then obviously I did not finish the challenge in 15 minutes. I could not stop talking, plus my washies were brand new, so they hadn't, like, the first part of the peel, like finding the end to peel was taking a little bit of time. And then I will note that I did not put my washies as close together as Paige did in her layout, but I still like the way mine looks. I would say if I'm gonna try this again, I may try putting them closer together just to see if I prefer that look. But the way that I did it here obviously is not perfect, but I ended up getting 2 rounds of each tape. So there's 8 tapes, so 16 total strips on the page. So that worked out, and had I squished them together a little bit more, I probably would have needed to do 3 rounds on some of the tapes. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I will say that it was hard to stick the washi down without kind of pulling it a little bit too tight where I would cause the paper to kind of warp, but I was able to work that out by just peeling one end back up and making sure that it was laying flat. So there's my washi. So now I'm gonna pick the photo that I want to mat with. So let's see, I kind of am thinking something on the yellow, or I kind of like the clouds to play off of this blue that you can see in the background. So I'm thinking clouds or something yellow. So we have a peach. We don't have a 100% yellow, which is okay. Yeah, we don't have a yellow, we have a peach. So I think I might just do the clouds. That would be cute. All right. So let's go ahead and get this matted. And you guys, I have the absolute cutest pink heart dot liner from, I'm gonna butcher it, but Kokyo. Sorry. And look, I wrote down this was on 9/14, so that was, oh, there we go. Now you can see the cute little hearts. Isn't that adorable? You just have to remember to keep it flat. There we go. And I ordered this off of Etsy. Let's do the bottom corner. I'm gonna do a little bit of a larger mat because I'm just doing one photo. All right. All y'all gotta scoot out the way. I'm trying to cut this photo. Okay, so there's my little mat. Not perfect, that's okay. We are just going for cute and handmade. We're not going for the cover of Scrapbook and Cards magazine, okay? Okay. And now let's get out our die cuts. And actually, I see a really big journaling piece here that is that blue color. Oh, and a yellow. Let's use that yellow piece. Perfect. Okay, and then I need to pull up my Paige inspiration. Let's see. She had it going towards that side, so maybe about right here. And then we need embellishment. And actually, we might do that. Embellishment, embellishment. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and stick this down. And this is a library card, so I want to kind of age it up and get it a little bit distressed looking. Just a little bit. The other thing that I like about the inking the edges is it kind of knocks that white off. And the white can look a little bit unfinished or like stark. So let's see here. I think I might have got my tape a little bit too far over. So let's try that again. There we go. All right, so I kind of want it a little bit centered and then to the left. And then just barely dropped below. So there we go. We have that there. A little adhesive stuck on there. That's fine. Okay. And then let's get our, you know what? Do I want to staple that? Let's staple it on. There we go. And then I'll put one staple at the top. Making sure that it is straight. I don't know why I thought I could do this in 15 minutes. That is cute. All right, and then let's build up our embellishments. So Paige's layout had a potted plant on the right-hand side with a tag. She had a journaling title that went along the bottom of one of her photos. And then on the left-hand side, she had another couple of flower pieces. And then, of course, the puffy stickers. So here I'm just going through and sorting any pieces that I want to use. So this is kind of how I shop as well. So I pick what instantly I'm drawn to or I think that could work, and I lay all that out and set everything that I don't want to consider over to the right hand side. Maybe the orange. No, let's do blue. Like that. Having fun. And then I'm thinking I actually might do the camera. It would have to be the blue camera. And then my embellishment grouping over here is going to be maybe this one, dog hair, this one, and then another type of flower. So we could do, if we want to play on the yellow, we could do like that one. Let's start there. All right, so let's get all of these inked. I think I'm gonna cover the handle, but we'll start there. just an FYI, my man and I share a vent, so you will always hear him screaming at his video games in the next room in my videos. It's just part of the fun and its character. I am speeding this part up because it does take me a second to kind of get this cluster sorted out in a way that keeps trap space out and lets most of the element show. Plus, I wanted to add in some of the staples. I just love that look, especially with that library card style journaling card. And then here I'm really just focusing on if I want to put a little space between the embellishment, or the flower in this case, and the journaling box. Plus trying to make sure that I don't make my cluster too wide where it falls off the side of the page. Obviously, part of the fun of scrapbooking and making layouts, and especially when you're scrap lifting someone else's page, it's fun to just make everything work together and make little minor adjustments and figure out which pieces can go where. So I actually am really happy with how this turned out. I really, really wanted to put that all about me die cut in, but I just absolutely could not make it work. So that one had to stay off for this time. And I ended up just using the one that said joyful, and then I am the main character of the story because this is an about me page. So I got the flower cluster on the left sorted out, and then Paige used a bunch of little puffy stickers on her layout as well. So I just added those, making sure to put them in a most visible spot. So as you can see, this whole cluster with the photos and embellishments and things like that is separate. So I could move it around and make sure it got to the perfect spot. And now it is time for the final touches. I have some gold enamel dots from Main Character Energy, and I just put 3 sets of 3. And then I am going to grab my amber, no, I think it's called Fossilized Amber Spritz from Tim Holtz, and I'm going to dust that, or flick it, I should say, all around the layout. And then just wipe it off the photo. Then, because it is a library card, of course I have to grab my date stamp, and I went ahead and used brown ink. And that's my layout. I had so much fun doing this. I would love to see if you also scrap lift this particular one. I appreciate you so much for watching. Thanks. Bye.